Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. The Lakers tried to keep Austin Reaves for several years, but the player wants to earn more money and officially turned down the Lakers' extension. Reaves formally turned down a 4-year, $89.2 million maximum extension offer from the Lakers. That's the maximum the Lakers can offer Reaves at this time. And in light of this scenario, other teams are already preparing proposals to sign Austin Reaves. A suggestion was made of a trade between 3 teams, where the Lakers would get Jonathan Kuminga, Brandon Podziemski, and some picks in exchange for Austin Reaves and other players. Jonathan Kuminga, Brandon Podziemski are players with a lot of potential and are also young and could become future stars of the Lakers, if this deal is completed. Suggestion of trade of several players between the Los Angeles Lakers, Golden Star Warriors and Milwaukee Bucks. The NBA world received an intriguing, albeit anticipated contract update this afternoon. With 2 years and $28.8 million left on his current deal, Lakers guard Austin Reaves has reportedly declined the team's offer of a 4-year, $90 million max extension. There are already questions about his long-term fit alongside Luka Doncic, another non-athletic, defensively challenged backcourt player. Are the Lakers prepared to offer him more, or are they open to bailing on him when, from a contract perspective, his value is at its highest? The Bucks might have zero business butting in, but it's worth a phone call. One admittedly optimistic trade proposal follows in the paragraphs below. The Lakers trade for Podziemski on a very favorable contract, 2 years, $3.6 million due next season. He fills the gap in Reaves' defense and is a better candidate to re-sign. He fits better with Luka because he's less dominant with the ball. Since they're giving up their best player, the Lakers have an advantage over Milwaukee's picks and move up in the second round this year. Of course, Kuminga is more talented than Hachimura, with much greater potential, so they don't end up too bad despite losing Reaves. Lakers get Pat Connaughton, Brandon Podziemski, Jonathan Kuminga, sign and trade, Milwaukee's 2031 first-round pick, lottery protected, Golden State's 2025 second-rounder, number 41. Bucks get Austin Reaves. Warriors get AJ Green, Rui Hachimura, Milwaukee's 2025 second-rounder, Lakers 2031 first-round pick swap, Lakers 2025 second-rounder, number 55. Lakers trade up to secure perfect chance to land biggest steal of 2025 NBA draft. The Lakers may have a shot at Maxime Reynaud. The Los Angeles Lakers have completed the move that fans have been waiting for. With their backs against the wall and a late second-round pick their only method of sustainable improvement, Los Angeles traded up 10 spots in advance of the second night of the 2025 NBA draft. In the process, the Lakers have secured a golden opportunity to land biggest steal of the annual selection process, Stanford center Maxime Reynaud. Los Angeles was slated to have the number 55 overall selection in the 2025 NBA draft. Quality talent can still be found at that stage, but the introduction of NIL has led many to fear that landing a rotational player in the mid to late 50s will be even more challenging than it already was. Facing that possibility, the Lakers sent the number 55 pick in cash to the Chicago Bulls for the number 45 overall selection. Per Shams Charania of ESPN. There's no guaranteeing they'll still be on the board, but Los Angeles could now have a golden opportunity to add a massive steal of a selection in Reynaud. Lakers move up 10 picks to number 45, could have shot at Maxime Reynaud. Reynaud is a 7 feet 0.25 inches and 237-pound center with a 7 feet 1.25 inches wingspan and 9 feet 2 inches standing reach. In addition to checking the boxes as far as measurements are concerned, he's surprisingly athletic for a player his size, possessing the ability to comfortably play above the rim. For a Lakers team in need of lob targets and depth at center, Reynaud seems to check the boxes they're looking for at the 5 spot. Beyond his physical attributes, Reynaud is one of the most intriguing prospects left on the board. He's a skilled center who refined his game across 4 seasons at Stanford and ultimately became one of the more intriguing 3 and D bigs in the country. Kevin O'Connor of Yahoo Sports compared him to NBA champion Brook Lopez, an apt comparison considering his ability to space the floor, protect the paint, and fit the modern game. Reynaud finished the 2024-25 season averaging 20.2 points, 10.6 rebounds, 2.7 offensive boards, 1.7 assists, 1.4 blocks, 0.9 steals, and 1.9 three-point field goals made per game. He shot 35% from beyond the arc over the past 2 seasons, as well as 77.5% at the free throw line. A 3-and-D big with both pick-and-roll and pick-and-pop potential, there's instant reason for intrigue as far as the Lakers' modern offense is concerned. Defensively, Reynaud has proven capable of making his mark on the glass and as a playmaker. He increased his per-40 averages in blocks and steals across each of his seasons with the Cardinal, and has untapped potential the Lakers could still explore. Reynaud may not be available by number 45, but if he is, the Lakers could land the biggest steal of the draft after completing a necessary trade to move up 10 spots. Lakers starting center's job is in jeopardy after the end of NBA season. The Los Angeles Lakers have made it known that they are actively seeking help at the center position. Some of the names mentioned are Brook Lopez, Walker Kessler, and Nick Claxton. The team is looking to bolster its front line around its 2 superstars, LeBron James and Luka Doncic. The Minnesota Timberwolves beat the Lakers 4-1 in the first round. This series loss exposed that the Lakers were missing a starting center presence that could dominate the glass and block shots. Jackson Hayes was the starter for much of last season. He has potential, but he could be the odd man out. Hayes averaged 6.8 points, 4.8 rebounds, and 1 assist per game in 56 games during the 2024-2025 season. Hayes seemed to thrive once Luka Doncic arrived on the Lakers midseason. Hayes was the recipient of many lobs and crisp passes from both Doncic and James during the season. Hayes shot a staggering 72% from the field as a result. However, this success was not sustainable and Hayes' production was virtually non-existent during the first round of the playoffs. Hayes, of course, is not totally to blame for the playoff loss. Come July, Hayes will likely be on another NBA team as a result. Hayes is entering the 2025 offseason as an unrestricted free agent. He has a bright future ahead of him. He is only 25 years of age. His athleticism is off the charts. He can jump out of the gym. Unfortunately, this is not what the Lakers need. They need a starting center that can dominate the boards. They also need a rim protector. Kessler, Claxton, and Lopez provide that. It looks like Walker Kessler is the number 1 target for the Lakers. As a result, Hayes will be out the door once July comes. The player the Lakers must avoid in 2025 NBA free agency. Precious Achiuwa is the player the Lakers must avoid during the 2025 NBA free agency period as he does not fit their biggest need. The Los Angeles Lakers are coming off a season in which they had a great regular season. Then they failed expectations when the Lakers lost to the Minnesota Timberwolves in the first round. Now, they head into the 2025 NBA free agency with an urgent need to fix what ails them. Most people realize that the Lakers lost that series because of their inability to win the board battle, and they need to find the best NBA free agent. Thus, they must avoid the temptation to sign Precious Achiuwa in the 2025 NBA free agency because he will not solve their biggest need. The current NBA free agent list just got thinner after Steven Adams signed an extension to stay with the Houston Rockets. The remaining players on the list all have potential. However, the Lakers must resist the urge to go after the biggest, in name value and not size, free agent available. What they need is someone to protect the rim. With over $59 million in cap space, the Lakers have money to spend. However, they must use those finances wisely and sign a guy who can help defend the rim. The best course of action in the Lakers' 2025 free agency period would be to sign a center or power forward who can be that guy who does the dirty work while Luka Doncic, LeBron James, and Austin Reeves score. Achiuwa has potential, but there are 3 reasons why he would not be a good fit. Lakers predicted to land 3-and-D guard following trade. The Los Angeles Lakers don't have much draft capital this year. All they had was the number 55 pick in the second round. However, ahead of the second round of the draft, the Lakers decided to trade with the Chicago Bulls to move up to pick number 45. That won't make a major difference for who the team will be able to select, but it's possible that they have their eyes set on a player. One interesting player to watch could be Duke guard Shawn James. In Jonathan Wasserman's latest mock draft for Bleacher Report, he projects the Lakers to take James at number 45. Teams could want to take a chance on Shawn James' outlier strength for a wing or ball handler, Wasserman wrote. At 218 pounds, he's a force downhill with secondary playmaking ability and accurate spot-up shooting numbers, 46.9%. Most mock drafts have linked the Lakers to bigs, but James could be an appealing player. He spent 5 years in college, including last year at Duke. He was able to play for one of the top college basketball programs in the country, so he might be a player who could crack the rotation as a rookie. Underscore 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 underscore. Scouting report on James. James has developed into a solid two-way player over the years. Last season, he made 41.3% of his three-point shots while also being named to the ACC All-Defensive Team. He'd be an older rookie at 22, so his upside will be limited, but in the second round, the Lakers just need to find dependable bench players. In Kevin O'Connor's draft profile on James for Yahoo Sports, he believes that he's a good player who needs to keep thriving as a shooter to have success at the NBA level. James is a versatile defender who sets a tone with his hustle, and after years of laying bricks he's worked hard to become a dead-eye, spot-up shooter, O'Connor wrote. And he brings much more than shooting as a crafty playmaker who keeps the ball moving. But without the handle of a primary creator, it's critical he sustains his newfound success as a shooter. Cooper Flagg campaigned for James. James was a teammate of number 1 overall pick Cooper Flagg last year. Over that time, Flagg was impressed with the guard, and James was one of the players he campaigned for to get drafted. As far as Tyrese and Shawn, I think they've helped themselves a lot throughout this whole process, Flagg said. More than the outside and the public sees, I think they have a really good chance of having their names called and joining a team. James' two-way ability should be good enough for a team to take a chance on him in the second round. Every team needs good shooters and perimeter defenders. Going to the Lakers could be perfect for James as he'd be coached by another former Duke guard in J.J. Redick. The Lakers do need a big, but they're more likely to target that on the trade market and free agency. The draft could be the best way for them to try to find more wing talent. Lakers would give Precious Achiuwa inconsistent minutes. Achiuwa was already averaging just 20 minutes for the Knicks. In those 20 minutes, he averaged 6.6 points per game. Achiuwa earned $6 million to come off the bench and be incredibly inconsistent. Furthermore, he did not help his case in the NBA playoffs when his minutes shrunk to a point where he barely played. The Knicks listed him as a center, but he is 6 feet 8 inches. If the Lakers signed him, he would probably hover around the small or power forward positions. Of course, he would be behind LeBron James and Rui Hachimura. Even Jared Vanderbilt would be ahead of him in the pecking order. The Lakers, like the Knicks, don't have a trustworthy bench. Would they justify giving an inconsistent player like Achiuwa more minutes if he does not consistently perform? The player the Lakers need to sign is someone they plan to play a significant number of minutes. At this point, the goal is to get larger and also give James a breather so he is not playing 44 minutes a game. 6 prospects Lakers could target with 45th pick in 2025 NBA Draft. The Los Angeles Lakers have gotten active prior to the start of the second round of the 2025 NBA Draft, trading the 55th pick in cash to the Chicago Bulls for the 45th overall pick. The franchise clearly has its eye on someone and want to ensure that they can take that player when the time comes. The question is who that player could be, and the options are plentiful. The Lakers are known to be in the market for a big man, so a center would be the obvious thought, but that's no guarantee. This league is all about wings, and finding an athletic wing defender, preferably one who can shoot, is always a priority as well. Additionally, should the Lakers target someone older who can contribute immediately or take a shot on a raw prospect with star potential? Those questions will be answered eventually, but in the meantime, here's a look at 6 prospects the Lakers could be targeting. Ryan Kalkbrenner, C. Creighton. There already is one report saying the Lakers moved up to target Kalkbrenner, per Brad Turner of the LA Times. People around the league said the Lakers are trying to put themselves in position to draft center Ryan Kalkbrenner out of Creighton University. Kalkbrenner is 23 but coming off an exceptional season at Creighton in which he averaged 19.4 points and 9.0 rebounds while shooting 66.3% from the field and 34% from three-point range. He may not be available at 45, which means another trade-up is certainly possible. Rocco Zikarsky, C. Australia. If the Lakers are in the market for size, they don't get much bigger than the 7 feet 3 inches, 257-pound behemoth out of Australia. Zikarsky is also just 19 years old, so there is a ton of room for growth as he remains very raw at this stage of his career, but simply possesses physical traits that you can't teach. If he is able to develop a basic offensive repertoire and learn how to use his body and physicality on both ends, he has the chance to develop into a beast. But this would be a pick based on potential, as Zikarsky is a project, albeit one that could pay great dividends in the future. Bogoljub Markovic, F. Serbia. This might be a bit hopeful thinking, as Markovic seems more likely to be gone before the Lakers are on the clock, but if he is there they might need to snatch him up. Markovic is a skilled 6 feet 11 inches forward who can score at all 3 levels, has a decent handle and playmaking capabilities and, despite a thin frame, plays with an edge. There are some defensive concerns as he is not a rim protector, and not quite quick enough to stick with players on the perimeter either. But as a potential stretch 4 who could possibly slide up to the 5 in some lineups and create, he is someone the Lakers should give serious consideration to if he is on the board. Shawn James, wing, Duke. Unlike other upside picks, James is a pretty known commodity, but one who thrives in a clear role as a wing defender that is built like a tank, can make timely shots, and is an extremely unselfish player that will do whatever is needed to win. He was an ACC All-Defense selection and was critical to Duke's success this season by doing so many little things. James has shot at least 38.1% from three-point range in his last 2 collegiate seasons, and maintaining that efficiency will be crucial to his success in the NBA. These playoffs showed how important players like Lou Dort and Josh Hart are to success, and James is someone in that same mold who could step in and contribute immediately. Vladislav Golden, C. Michigan. The ideal center to pair with Luka Doncic is a big, physical presence who thrives as a rim runner on pick and rolls, and Golden checks those boxes. He has the size at 7 feet 0 inches and 250 pounds and a non-stop motor, especially on the offensive glass where he has averaged more than 2 per game each of the last 3 seasons. He is a bit slow-footed, and there are some improvements that can be made as a rim protector and on the defensive glass. He also doesn't provide much as a passer, but he is a high-floor prospect with the tools to thrive next to the playmakers the Lakers already have in tow. Dink Pate, G. League Ignite, Mexico City Capitans. A complete swing for the fences if there ever was one. Pate has impressive physical traits at 6 feet 6 inches with a 6 feet 10 inches wingspan and was just 17 years old when he initially joined the G League Ignite. Pate is extremely raw in all facets of the game, but showed flashes over the past couple of years with his ability to handle, attack the paint, and shoot the deep ball. With the right development he could become an impact player, but this would be a pick for the future. Others the Lakers could target. Alex Tui, F. Australia. Johnny Broom, C. Auburn. Jameer Watkins, wing, Florida State. Cam Jones, G. Marquette. Micah Peavy, wing, Georgetown.